Hosting us today. I had the privilege of going to the National Democratic Convention with Tom and Ira. So when you say we love a good party on that big sign up there, I can attest that that is in fact true of Tom and Ira. I also want to thank the Androscoggin County Democratic Committee. First of all, because you're so big, right? And it's a big county, believe me, I've been traveling all over it, but the sheer size of the forces you can marshal in an election year and in an off-election year is exactly why there are so many people from Androscoggin County in the Democratic caucuses in Augusta. And it is a testament only to your work and to the quality of the communities here where the leaders stand out and can come to Augusta and hold very powerful positions. As you know, I spend a lot of time with Peggy Rotundo in very small rooms on the Appropriations Committee. You know, and just this year working for the funding to make sure that St. Mary's Hospital got equal funding for their substance abuse treatment programs, getting to know Lewiston not just from what it needs and Auburn and the entire county, but from what they offer the state. And that's really the privilege that I have of serving with so many people from Androscoggin County in the Democratic caucus. So it's nice of Tom to say that you know me, and I think hopefully you do. And maybe you know me because I've been down here recruiting candidates when I was the first Democrat since 1974 to be the minority leader in the Maine House, and hopefully the last in my lifetime, thanks to your help. Or maybe it's because when I was chair of the Appropriations Committee during the shortfalls in '09 that we did all bipartisan budgets. I've worked on education, on domestic violence issues with many of you, and on fighting for economic development that will create real jobs in Maine for the long run. Thinking outside of the box, taking the best of what Maine has to offer and turning it into the best of what Maine will be and will always be. But I hope during this campaign you get to know me for more than just the work I've accomplished at the State House. I want you to get to know me for the things that get me going every day. The fact that I talk to my dad. My dad sells shoes. It's all he's ever done. He never went to college, and I talk to my father every day, usually before 9 o'clock. My mom, on the other hand, she's like me. She does 100 things all the time. She's a sign language interpreter and a teacher of the deaf, and she taught me from a very young age a sense of not just compassion for all people, but also that all people have the right and should have the opportunity to participate in our communities as much as anybody else. I'm the oldest of 3 girls. And that means, yes, I'm a little bit bossy. It's very true. You could ask my sisters. I'm married to a wonderful man who's not here today, Danny Williams. He's from Bangor, and we live in Orono. I'm a singer. I'm a runner. I'm a very hard worker. And I bring all of those things to the table in the work I've done in Augusta, because I believe the work we do is built on a foundation of relationships. It's why when I came in here today, I gave so many of you hugs when I came in, because it is about getting to know people, what they need, what they offer, and how we can put that to work for our state. As over the course of this campaign, I want to get to know you better. I want to get to know more about what you need in Washington. Because I intend to bring the same kind of dedication, the same approach to not being afraid to work effectively across the aisle. As a lifelong Democrat, I do not and will not compromise democratic values, but I do know how to find common ground within those values to get something done. And that's what I'm focused on, because that's what I'm sick of. I am sick of Washington not delivering things. I'm sick of our representatives doing good work, taking the tough votes, making the tough decisions, and coming home with very little because they just can't even speak to each other. In some of the toughest environments in these past few years, I've been one of those voices that's had to do some of that speaking. And I'm proud of the way I handled myself and proud of the way that we were able to, as Democrats, as we like to say in the caucus, we win quietly and lose loudly. And on behalf of Maine people, I think that's what we need more of in Washington. That's why I'm asking for your support. I'll ask you if you want to get involved in the campaign to see me, or Levi Knapp is in the back. He's waving. He's got a clipboard. You can sign up. I'd love to have your involvement. I'd love to have your advice. And again, I ask for your support in this very fun primary that we're running. I'm excited about our opponents, and I think we're all going to have a good time. This won't be the last time I see you, so until I see you again, thank you very much, and enjoy the fall.